I've always been drawn to places with rich histories, but Abbotsford was something else entirely. As I approached Abbotsford House, I couldn't help but feel like just another tourist, camera in hand, ready to snap photos of yet another grand old building. Little did I know, I was about to embark on a journey that would change the way I saw not just Abbotsford, but the very act of travel itself. The guide mentioned Sir Walter Scott, and suddenly, the walls seemed to come alive with stories. Each room held whispers of the past. Scott's study, with its thousands of books, felt like the beating heart of Scottish literature. I found myself imagining Scott at his desk, quill in hand, drawing inspiration from the very views I was now seeing. As day turned to dusk, I wandered the grounds, tracing the footsteps of a literary giant. The Tweed River whispered secrets of centuries past. The gardens, meticulously planned by Scott himself, were a testament to his love for this land. Each plant, each stone seemed to have a story to tell. I sat by the river, watching the play of light on water. Was this the same view that inspired some of Scott's most beautiful passages? As night fell, I made my way to a nearby hill. The climb was steep, but something urged me on, a growing sense of anticipation. Standing there, wind in my hair, I finally understood. This wasn't just a place that inspired great literature. It was a place where literature and landscape became one. In that moment, I saw Abbotsford through Scott's eyes. The rolling hills, the meandering river, the ancient trees. They weren't just a backdrop. They were the very essence of his stories. The next day I explored the surrounding area with new eyes. Every stone, every tree seemed to hold a piece of Scotland's literary heritage. I visited Melrose Abbey, its ruins standing proud against the sky. Scott had fought to preserve these ancient stones, understanding their importance to Scotland's identity. In the nearby town, I chatted with locals, their accents rich with the same cadences I'd heard in Scott's dialogue. The border ballads were alive and well in their stories. As my time in Abbotsford drew to close, I found myself reluctant to leave. I'd come here as a tourist, but I was leaving as something more. As I packed my bags, I knew that Abbotsford would stay with me. Not just in photos or souvenirs, but in the way I approached every future journey. And as I drove away, watching Abbotsford disappear in my rearview mirror, I couldn't help but smile. My journey had only just begun.